Hi, so in this video, I'm going to be doing a first impression of these midnight lashes that I just bought in 12 and 14 millimeters. And I'm going to be using one piece of the Uptown 10 millimeters in the inner corners on both sides. They kind of match in like fluffiness or like, I guess, boldness. So yeah, I think that'll work. And the things that I'm going to be using are the whole deluxe kit from Lilac St, in addition to the Lashify glass, because this is just the best. Way better than the one that comes with it, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm still going to use this, but I'm going to mainly use this at the very end. And I'm also going to be using my two tweezers, Lashify fuse wand, I believe it's called, and the tweezer that came in the set, and a Q-tip. I'm gonna do, I guess like in my other videos, I'm gonna do one eye and then show you on camera doing the other eye. And yeah. Okay, so I did one eye off camera, and wow, that's a lash look. Like that is, it is a lot bolder. And I was looking at the Midnight compared to the Prism, which I thought was like kind of a very false eyelash look. Yeah, the Midnight's a lot fluffier or thicker, so that's why it's super full. And I like it. I mean, it's not a natural look, but I mean, if you're gonna have long lashes, like that's, everyone knows it's fake anyways. But yeah, I was a little surprised. And I always usually overlap a lot, or not a lot, but a little bit more. But this one I didn't want to overlap too much because I didn't want it to be even thicker. So I tried to minimally overlap, but I still did it. If you can see, it looks like one continuous band. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my right eye. And so the first thing that you do is you get the Lilac conditioning primer. I usually use the Lashify one, but I thought this time I will just use all of their products. And since I've really been liking the Chow For Now remover, like I might as well give it a chance. So you just get a Q-tip and you drop it on there. I do like how this is a dropper because I usually stick the Q-tip in the Lashify bottle, the prep, and I don't know, just seems cleaner, more sanitary. And you don't need a lot. You don't need to saturate the Q-tip that much, just enough to get on there. So I did already put makeup on because I'm filming, but I don't usually I start with a fresh face right after I washed it. So there shouldn't be too much oils, but I did put my whole sunscreen and foundation and everything on. So I really want to make sure that I clean the top and the bottom off with the lash conditioner. And I find this does irritate your eyes if you get it in there, so try not to. I also do along the bottom lash, just in case, because when you blink they touch. And then the next step, while this is drying, I prep my lashes. So what that means is I just take them off the little sticky adhesive strip, and all you have to do is use one of your fingers and then press the whole thing and push down. And it comes off. And these are the ones I've used before. Like I've used them like for 4 months. They are a little like not as fluffy, but still very usable. But I'm gonna use the new ones. I only use one of the 10s, that's why I have half a new pack. And then you do it this way because you don't want to put pressure on the lashes. Like if you try to pull it out with a tweezer, you're really putting all that pressure and pull on one lash, and that's how I think you could break them. So you just pull or press and pull. So I think I need 3 of these. That's what I did on the other side. And 2 of these. And one other thing that I noticed, since I just did first impression on the originals, this is the 12mm original, the base of the lashes are bigger. And I really prefer that because it's so much faster to apply and they stay on better just because there's less pieces to work with. So, you can see. The base of this is bigger than this. Like if I stuck it right on top, it's bigger. Sorry, so hard to see. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. So yeah, I use less of these sections on the Midnights than on the originals. So that's dry now, and now I'm gonna get the best glue ever, the Pro Glue in black. I'm just gonna do a really good layer on the bottom of my lashes. And I don't put too much at the very end, like the inside and the outer end. That'll just make it like extra sticky and messy. And you don't want to flick the glue too much because it'll get everywhere. So just like applying mascara. Okay, so now I'm gonna pick up my 10. And then I'm gonna apply the glue to the base on the top. And I just tapped the base. You don't want to put it on the whole length of the lash or it's going to be super sticky and messy. Just tap the base. And then I do it from the inner to the outer. I know a lot of people do outer to inner. This is just my preference. So I'm just going to put it on. So not too far in where it's going to irritate your like inner eye, and not right on your skin on your waterline either. Okay, now I'm gonna get a 12. So the lash map that I'm gonna do is 110, 3 12s, and 2 14s. So just tapping it. I really like to get a good, make sure this one's good because this one's gonna connect to that 10 piece, and that's, if it's gonna come off, it always comes off on the inner part of my eye just because I have less lashes there. Okay. So just gonna overlap it at the very end. And the way I like to pick up the lashes is kind of like at an angle like this versus like straight on like this. It's just easier to maneuver when you're trying to put it on. So again, I'm going to overlap it just a tiny bit. Now I'm going to do a 14. And I like the more cat eye look, so I put the longer ones at the end. If you want a more like open doll face look, I guess some people put the longer ones right in the middle and then work out from there. I've actually never tried that. Maybe I'll try that in my next video and see if I like it better. So it almost looks done. I don't know if I have a lot of space left to put this last one, but I guess we'll go for it, okay? I don't want it to be uneven. My lower lashes, whenever I blink, it gets stuck onto the glue. So I try to work as quickly as possible. Like I want to get it unstuck before I stick on the lash. So for this eye, I went all the way to the end, which I don't usually do. It might be somewhat irritating during the week, but that's okay. So now I'm going to use the Lilac St, and I'm gonna just put it on the base. I'm gonna stick it back in and then run it over the top. And then also in the corner. So I noticed I had a little bit of glue at the very corner. I'm just gonna get the Q-tip and clean it up. Sorry, I had to do it in the mirror. I can't see that far. Okay, and then I'm gonna get the Lashify glass. And this one is just so much better because it has that little ball tip at the end. So it really gets to where it needs to go. So I like to run it along the base with the ball tip. And especially at the inner and outer corner. And then over the top. Yeah, it's just so much better. And then when I fuse it, you can use either one. I prefer this one just because it's curved. Either one. I only have one of those random things because one fell off and I'm not placing another order for a long time. So you can use it with, without, it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna run the glass on the inside. If you don't do this and you clamp down and you get glue from the lashes onto here, it will probably like pull up with it and then you have to kind of like finagle it off, but it's still on the lash. So I highly recommend brushing it on the inside. Even with the Lilac St one, it probably worked too. So I just get this, I kind of open it up manually and then clamp it down as hard as I can. And I'll show you with using the Lilac St one also. So on this one, I'll use their sealant, run it on the inside, and then same thing, pull it open so you can go above and over the lash, and then clamp it down. Yeah, so no sticking with that trick. And yeah, so we're done. I do like them. Initially I was like a little shocked at how bold it was, but I do like it. It's not that much bolder than the Prism, just a little bit. So I'm just gonna cover all my lashes, and then I'm gonna do my eyeshadow trick. I don't know if it's really a trick, but it does make the glue last longer on me if I use an eyeshadow, or in this case a bronzer. So I'm just using this Kat Von D bronzer. I wonder if bronzers just are more dry than eyeshadow. I don't know. The main thing though is when you get some, you tap off the excess so it doesn't fall on your lashes. And I'm just gonna do a quick sweep. I'm not really doing like full on eyeshadow, I'm just trying to get it drier right at the hooded crease part, because my eyes, like the hooded part, will kind of touch the lashes or the glue, and the oils from the sunscreen, makeup, it I guess degrades the glue faster. So I'm just doing a quick sweep to dry it off. And I don't know, this bronzer really stays on a long time. Like even through like really sweaty workouts, it stays. So just super quick, like that. And yeah, so that's it. I guess I'll check back in next week when I take them off and I clean them. And I mean, I have no doubt that these are gonna stay intact, just like the other ones. The originals, I was like a little worried because they're more delicate, but these ones are like very sturdy and full. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you in my next video.